Hey YouTube, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another ENTREVOLUTION mindset episode. It's your man Arnold, and since this is a makeup of yesterday we had 331 opportunities to improve and develop ourselves, and I've been on a consistent mission to post something every single day and be consistent with it. Yesterday, really no excuse. I had a really long day. I came home. I decided to lay my head down for a second and I didn't do what I needed to do. So I don't want to start this video off with a poor example. Unfortunately, sometimes things get the best of us. And so the purpose of recording a video every day and talking to you guys every day is because for the most part, about 99% of the time, I can pull something, some kind of knowledge or some kind of lesson or something from my daily experiences, whether it be the videos that I'm watching to teach me skill sets, whether it be motivational videos that talk about mindset, or whether it be interacting with people on a personal basis and pulling lessons from them, whether it was a bad experience for them or a good experience for them. I think that everything holds a positive meaning or lesson. And so yesterday and over the weekend, but primarily yesterday being Super Bowl Sunday, my day was full of experiences. This weekend, I had my little girl over. She's wonderful. It's great to have her over. Her and I don't get to see each other often, which is something that I'm on a mission to change. Which is why you guys see, me dressed up and taking on a different course in life. My daughter's very important to me, and I actually have a son too that lives in another state, which is probably why you never hear me talk about him. But I get a chance to see my daughter, not as often as I would like, but I bring her up because she was part of my experience yesterday. Over the weekend I spoke about influencing and how I think our children, or our siblings, our little cousins, whatever it may be, people that we see on a consistent basis that are, little tiny humans, those people are influenced the most by everything that's going on around them. Like literally, both by accident and by force. And what I mean by accident, maybe it's not an accident, but by accident meaning it's unintentional. It's they watch TV, now they're being influenced, negatively, or they see somebody else's child doing something that you don't approve of, and now they're doing something bad. They're influenced. Or it's forced, meaning, you tell your kids how to do, how to act, what to think, what to believe in, what not to believe in, etc. And, all those things I don't think we actually step back to realize how important, how much of an impact that has on the future as a whole. We're influencing these little tiny people who eventually will one day be running the world or be working for it. And so, that was a part of my weekend. I got to spend time with my daughter. I got to reconnect with her. I was able to introduce her to a new set of people, a different environment, of people who are, how do I say this, who are where I would like to be in terms of not just finances, but happiness. Money cannot buy happiness, but it can sure do away with a lot of problems. And so being around these people, I wanted to take away, take away from that. Yesterday, like I said, I had so many experiences with my girlfriend, with my daughter. We went to a Super Bowl party that one of my mentors and EVC of this great business invited me to his brother's home to watch for the Super Bowl. And being in that environment, it's still foreign. It's if you know anything about me, real quick, I'm from the city of San Bernardino. If you don't know San Bernardino, just look it up on Google. I'm sure you'll hear a lot of great things about us. And if for those of you who do know, how we come up, how we are influenced by our environment, and the things that we think we know and how we're supposed to be are kind of, I would say, counterproductive to what I'm doing today. I think that for the most part, we in the hood, if you will, we always have this negative perception about somebody wearing, a suit or dressing nice or having a nice car or having nice things, because we're always taught to be negative. We're always taught to look at those people like they're snobby, or they think they're better than us, or because they can spend money on stuff that we only wish we could spend money on. We always have this thing where we're negative about it. And so, like, I wanted to take part of that day away to kind of like tell you guys, it's different when you're around self-made millionaires who are in the business of developing people. Being in the people business, being a part of this great company, the biggest thing, the two biggest things are helping families and developing leaders. And most businesses will say they do that. A lot of people will say they do that, but I don't know how many businesses that you know of where the man at the very top of the totem pole, which for me is this man right here, which you can't see, Paul Ireton, the man at the top, sending me a text message, "Hey, we're having a Super Bowl party. Wanted to know if you wanted to come." And that's like, to me, that's like the equivalent of, a CEO or, owner of a company who was at the top inviting the guy who's been there for a month to come hang out and to be a part of the family. And so, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, we tend to judge people, and being able to be a part of this family is teaching me things that I didn't know. And being around these people makes me want to bring other people up, makes me want to show other people just like me who grew up under not the best circumstances and not the worst, but to encourage you guys that it's not out of reach. Those things are not out of reach. Being a millionaire, being a multimillionaire, being a billionaire is not out of reach just because you're from, the shitty part of town. It may be a little bit harder, but I mean, it's not impossible. And so what I wanted to take away from that definitely was you really have to be interested in bettering others and lifting others up and helping others succeed to really push yourself to the top. That's the biggest thing. I think another thing to add is taking away from this, when you're around people who are making ridiculous money and you kind of feel inferior to them and you even become self-conscious, but then they come and then they tell you how, they just befriend you. They talk to you like you're a normal person, like you're their friend because you are their friend. It puts a different perception on things. This guy him right here, he's a big earner, but back in the day when he was coming up, he was growing up in Section 8. And so you see him now, like I've said this before, you see the Bentley, you see the nice house, you see all these things, and you just have this idea of what you think but you don't. So I think from that, I challenge you guys to maybe change your surroundings a little. You don't like what's around you, you got to find a new crowd. You're not feeling it. If there's a lot of can't in your life, you need to change and go around, hang around people who do a lot of can. So that's one. Later that night, when I went to go drop off my daughter, I went to the hood, to San Bernardino, to go visit my friends, because to me, it's like, I've said it before, some people remove themselves from that environment and don't come back for a really long time, and either they never come back to say hi or they come back in like little instances. And I stopped by because I have a really deep connection with my friends. My friends are always happy to see me. They never, maybe in jokes years ago, like, "Oh, you left us," but never once have they held it against me that I joined the military and left, that I left San Bernardino. They've never held it against me. it's been quite the opposite. Man, proud of you, bro. One of my boys is doing it. Hey, man, I see your videos. Yeah, that's dope. Da, 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 da. You know, all these different things. And it feels good to go back to those people who most others would write off and just think they're a bunch of whatever you want to think. And to go back and to hear how they're talking and their perceptions on things. And let me just pull a little example. The name ENTREVOLUTION, entrepreneur, revolution, evolution. The word evolution comes from a shorter nickname. But one of my friends, one of my really good friends, who I saw last night, every time he would see me, he would be like, hey, evolution. Or, you know, hey, it's my boy Evolution. It was always evolution. And so like that stuck with me. And he is part of the reason why this name is a part of this profile, of this channel and so on. And, you know, last night I was talking to him and like, he's like, he was a little drunk, but he's like, I've been watching your videos, bro. He's like, I've been watching them. He's like, and every time I watch them and then I go and I live my life and I apply it or I reflect and, you know, it's like, oh yeah, that's right. And he's gaining stuff from my videos. And I don't know if you can tell how excited I am. This lighting is horrible, by the way. I don't know if you can tell how excited I am about that, but for somebody to tell you that, how do I explain this? He is a very good friend of mine, a very important friend of mine. We've been friends since high school. Not to glorify it, but, you know, this is somebody who has fought in my presence, in my absence, excuse me, you know, and I mean, we were knuckleheads when we were growing up, but like, you know, somebody said something bad about Arnold and he was there to answer when I wasn't, and vice versa. You know, I've done the same for him, but for me, I mean, that means a lot. It may not mean a lot to some people. You might just take it the wrong way because I said we're from the hood, but you know, for somebody to defend your name, your honor, in whatever way and format it is, it's an honor. You know, because that means that you hold a high regard to that person, to that individual. That person will not allow your name to be tainted in your absence. And that's a really big deal. And that made me feel good because regardless of what people think of people in the hood and, you know, they're hustlers and all this other stuff, these guys are thinking about expanding their business to Las Vegas. You know, hearing them talk about expanding their business it feels really good. It's good to hear because it means that they're thinking outside of the box. They want to remove themselves from being a self-employed individual into a business owner. They want to teach people the skill set that they've been learning since high school. These guys have been, you know, in the auto glass industry for 10 plus years and they are really good at it. But you know, they're self-employed, so they're married to the job. If they don't show up, there's no money. And so now they're in the process of training people and now they want to expand. We have friends in Vegas, so they're trying to do something big. And it's just listening to this, it really moves me and it really makes me happy because these are the people that most people write off. These are the people that get ignored. These are the people that get looked at, and because of their attire and the way they're dressed, there's an automatic negative perception put on them. And so to hear them talk that way, even if they were a little drunk, you know, they were being extremely honest, you know. And my boy Amato, whom I was just speaking about, you know, he's like, I see what you're doing. I see what you mean. I was like, it's all mindset. And he just kept doing this. It's all mindset. I know what you're doing. And that feels good. You don't understand how good that feels. And I'm not even a beginner in changing lives and in helping people. I'm just somebody who made a commitment to making videos, and in return, I've been blessed with new friendships and impacting my old friendships. And I don't know about you guys, but to me, I want both of those. I want my new friendships, and I'm never letting go to the old friendships that I hold value. A lot of people tell you leave your friends behind because they're not thinking, they're not doing, they're not this and this and that. And I get it. I understand why. Take them in doses. Don't drop them, because these people, if they're still welcoming you after you haven't seen them in months or years, they still welcome you like it was just yesterday they saw you. There's too much value in there not to hold on to that. These are the people that you simply wait for the right time to bring them up with you. These people need you. Just because you made it out doesn't mean they can either. You need to find a way to take them out. Find a way. These people, making new friends. Your new friends have to be worthy. Drake's song, No New Friends. You really shouldn't add new friends that don't really add value to you. And I mean, it doesn't just have to be to your business. I mean, it could be just to your well-being. If you make a friend that you simply have conversations with, are you having productive conversations? Are you walking away from your conversations, with lessons, with anything good, or are you gossiping? And that's what I mean. Like, are you discussing things that are worthwhile? I mean, if you're going to sit down and spend I don't want to say waste your time talking, but if you're going to sit down and talk with someone and spend your time, however long it may be, talking, I hope that it's that it's productive. And I say that because I think we spend too much time gossiping. I think we spend too much time bullshitting. And I think we spend too much time not talking about what matters. So, no new friends if they are not elevating you. New friends. These people that I surround myself with, I look up to. I look up to, and they're teaching me things, both intentionally and unintentionally. Being around them shows me a different view. It's a different vision. It's a different perception. And the mindset is ever evolving. And that's intense. It's great to grow. It's great to grow on camera, and it's great to see people that you know and care about the most grow with you and take away stuff with you. So with that being said, guys, this video is already too long. I hope that you get where I'm coming from with these videos, with this video in particular, taking experiences away. Every day is an experience. Take a lesson away from that. Shout out to the Mind Ninja, James Pesh. He says it, like every little thing that he does in life, whatever it is, it could be a cartoon movie. He's going to take a life lesson from it. And I mean, if you can do that, then your life is going to have some pretty good results and good order in it, because you view everything as an opportunity. So with that being said, guys, I love you all. Sorry for not posting this yesterday. I will post again later. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow.